first win of your D1 head coaching career in thrilling fashion, 5-setter. With Kansas, you had to expect it, obviously. That's what we do this year. But
yeah, I think it's like getting like the monkey off. Like I felt good. Again, I know the kinds of teams that we're playing right now and understood that, undefeated's never the goal. Like we go into every single match hoping to win that one, but like 30-0 like isn't the goal. And so like I love the fight that we've shown so far this season. I loved it again today. Like we had to show a lot of scrap and a lot of resiliency. So like yes, getting the first win is great, but getting to do it against a team as good as Kansas, like that makes it even better. We just talked as a team that that's the kind of win and that's the kind of match that puts you in a place to possibly host first weekends when it comes to November, December, and understanding the importance of those matches. When we go to San Diego next week, same thing. Like San Diego is going to be one of those teams that's fighting for those spots, and so we have to make sure like we're into those matches.
Sorry, I have to be more direct with you. How does it personally feel to get your first head coaching D1 win?
Great. I mean, all wins are so hard, and so I understand how hard it is to win a match at this level, and so yeah, anytime you get a win, it feels special. To get my first one as the head coach of this program, yeah, there's some extra to that, and definitely feel it. The stress of going to 5 made it maybe a little better. I would have loved to just do it in 3 and go home and have that, but to do it in 5 and to show the fight and the resiliency, like it's definitely a match I'll remember.
So I know every team, even if they have some of the same players, is kind of takes on a different identity to certain degrees.
Yeah.
So last year you didn't win any 5-setters, and the starts in the 5th sets were pretty, I guess, detrimental to that challenge. I guess today, again, started out 0-3 in the 5th. It seemed like okay, but you responded with 9 straight. What did you see in terms of the response down 0-3 to kind of go on a big run that kind of really put the thing away, essentially?
Yeah, we talked in the huddle about how we start matters, every point matters. So going down 0-3 was not the goal, but again, loved the way we responded. I thought we had several go back and make serving runs. Sid obviously had the biggest one. She just is always someone we feel confident going back there to serve. She can move it around. She can hit different spots, and so I thought she did a really nice job, forcing them into one option. And then our block I think can be special good, and so we got several blocks in that service run. We made a couple one-hand saves, one-hand this, and so I just thought we just scrapped point after point to get it there, and I just kept yelling at the team get her one more serve, get her one more serve. So I just loved our scrap in that moment, and then you kind of knew Kansas was going to fight back and crawl in, and they did that and put a ton of pressure on our team, and I thought we responded really well.
In terms of the blocking, because that's something that seemed, you outblocked Texas yesterday, outblocked KU today.
Yeah.
How do you feel that's coming along? I know you're still early in the season, but it seems like that seems like a strength of your guys.
Yeah, I just think we have great size, and then we also just have really smart blockers. Jay is so physical, but I think she makes moves at the right times, whether it's one-on-one or she knows she has help. Weezy, same thing, I think, or Eloise, just does a really nice job just diving into space. She's so balanced all the time, so I think she makes great touches even when she doesn't get blocks. And Kiara's just always been such a great blocker, and so I love seeing that she's getting to be an offensive weapon and a blocker all together. And so I just think we have a great unit. I thought Destiny did such a good job against a really good right side today, and so I don't know what her stats were at the end of the game, but I know that Des did a really nice job limiting her, and she's pretty special.
What do you think of just Destiny and Ava?
Yeah,
because a lot of times they're going up against 6'7". It's a very big physical block. Obviously, you look back at the Penn State match, it almost won them the match with how dominant it was. So how do you think they handle just being aggressive, but also being intelligent enough to score around it?
Yeah, I think it's something Angie works with our pins all the time of how to score when it's just not there. So you have a big block in front of you. Can we swing off hands left? Can we swing off hands high? Can we cut around it? And so I thought you saw a lot of shots in there, and obviously they did force us into some errors in that too, just trying to swing for hands and missing. I thought in the Texas game we just continued to not find those hands on swings that I think we normally do, so it's good to kind of get back into that rhythm and find those. But when you play a team that blocks that well, if you go for it, you're going to make some errors.
I think early on in this match, everybody that saw the court had a dig. Most of them had 2. I think 9 players had 2 for a long part of the match really early on. What did you make of just your, I don't know how you want to describe it, but tenacity, whatever it is, grit, defensively, in terms of just trying to keep points alive so you can get a swing on it.
Yeah, I thought it was like discipline to the game plan. You know, we wanted our off blockers to be in on some certain things because Kansas does shot really well, especially with the tall right side, can kind of go over the top. The number 4 on the outside, she elevates so well that she can kind of like push deep tips. So we really needed our off blockers to be balanced and be disciplined to go get it. And I thought they did a really nice job.
I know you're replacing a lot of what you guys were really good at offensively last year, but I mean, Kansas has played Penn State, they played Wisconsin. Today was their season low in hitting. Do you feel like the defensive aspects of the game, serving, blocking, coverage, can be a real big strength of this team so far?
Yeah, we've said it since preseason that we think our team's defense needs to be the strength of our team. I think we can be better offensively, but right now we really need to lean in on how good we are on defense with blocking, with making block touches, and we just need to continue to do a better job of turning those dig and block touch opportunities into points. And I think once we kind of do that a little bit better, I think this team can be special good.
You mentioned on Friday that you thought service pressure from you guys was going to be big because of how good they are at passing just generally.
Yeah.
But you also had to get them out of system a lot. Considering what you were able to do in terms of shutting down their offense, how do you think you graded out from the service line today?
Man, I thought we served really well, honestly. Up to the 20s, I thought we made too many service errors, kind of in that edge zone is what we call it moments. So that's something that we're going to need to recreate in our gym a little bit more, creating some of those pressure moments and making sure we feel disciplined to go back there and hit a confident serve at the end game. I thought Liv did a really nice job of that, kind of in those end moments, because she struggled early, but we had confidence in her to go back there and do it again. And I just told her go after it, and she missed one, kind of actually trying to, and came off, and I was like, hey, sorry, I was going for it there, and great, and trusted her to go back in and hit another one.
How'd they bounce back from Friday? I mean, third set against Texas, 2 into the net. Those are really competitive, aggressive serves. You know what I mean? How did they bounce back today to be aggressive in those moments?
I just think overall they bounced back to be aggressive today. I think it could have been easy for them after Friday. Consecutive sweeps to kind of ho hum into this weekend, especially against a team as good as Kansas. To be oh well, maybe we're just not this or not that. I think they trust how good they are. That's been the conversation. We know how good we can be. Obviously, we're playing against really good teams as well, so it's going to come down to a few points here and a few points there. And I thought we did a better job today, letting a point go and getting to the next one. Where I think previously we kind of held into too many points. We're still talking about a point that happened 2 times ago. So really moving on to the next one within points, within sets. I think that's something that our team's going to continue to work on.
I want to ask about 2 players in particular. One, Saige Damrow. I mean, it was obvious to the eye. She was hobbled out there, not 100%, but she did not want to come off the floor. She kept fighting. She kept picking the ball up. What'd you see from her, and just how mentally tough she was to overcome the physical stuff? Yeah,
she ran into somebody at some point. So I think maybe a hip or something. But there was no way she was coming out. She just gave me that, I'm fine. Again, grit's our word, and I thought she showed a lot of that to stay in there and make plays and continue to give our team a chance. I thought her and Sid both played phenomenal defense all match, and I think we ended up passing a 2-2 or something like that. So I just thought, and Kansas serves tough, and so I thought we did a really nice job eliminating zeros and giving ourselves a chance to be in system.
Eloise Brandewie, it was early on from the first rally on. She was just constantly a presence in the net.
Yeah.
Like you said, if she wasn't getting aces, she was getting touches. Yeah. And then she was scoring from you in a variety of ways as well. What did you see from her?
Yeah, I think she just finds court. We say it all the time. Even there was one where they ran a slide, she got stuck, she couldn't even jump, and just kind of jumped off 2 feet and found court. So I just think she does that so well. And again, as a blocker, I think she's special good as far as how balanced she is. And so we really wanted her to be on a specific hitter so that she could go and take away seams. And I thought she did a really nice job of that all match. And I thought Kiara offensively gave us so many points in big moments. And we knew that they were going to kind of commit to our pins a little bit, so really tried to take advantage of the one-on-one in the middle, and then it got to the point where they were pinching in and helping on her, and then we started distributing more of the pins.
In terms of the Texas match, obviously they went a lot of runs, and they were able to sustain runs. First 2 sets, and then even the 5th and the 4th, you didn't really let Kansas kind of do that to you, I guess. What was different about from Friday to Sunday, do you think?
Again, I think it just goes back to like letting 1 point be 1 point. Like if you lose a point, you roll the ball under, and we talk about what we're going to do next, not like what just happened on that one. So just moving on faster, less conversations, more just play volleyball. Again, like our word is always joy, and so like letting things go by, like let's just play volleyball. So moving on to the next point faster is something I thought we did a really nice job. And even when we lost the third set, I never felt like, oh no, like I thought mood was good. We were going. We lost the fourth set, and a really tight like heartbreaker. We had a match point in that set, and so easily I could have walked into a huddle to like a frantic team, and I thought they were eyes up, poised, like let's get after it. And even though the start didn't go great in that fifth set, I felt balanced. It wasn't like I needed to call a timeout. I think one more I might have, but I love that they were able to get out of it and push.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Congrats on the first win. Obviously, blocking again. It was good on Friday, but it seemed to make a big difference again today. What did you guys see in terms of your setups and everything that allowed you guys to have a lot of touches, a lot of ace blocks today?
Yeah, I think we looked at the Texas game and we were like, okay, Kansas is very similar. They have a big right side, and I think Jaya did a great job and Anna did a great job of setting up that block, and it was pretty easy for me just to close, so I owed it all to my pins.
Yeah, I guess when it comes to kind of closing, obviously they've got a setter who can score, and you obviously know they have potent attackers on both sides of the net. How do you, I guess, get into a rhythm in terms of like making reads and knowing which way to commit and getting there on time?
Yeah, I think a big part of reading is scout, so knowing which of their hitters are in the front row and which of their hitters like to get the ball the most, or the setter sets the most. So I think scout was huge for this game, and we knew that they were going to feed their right side a lot, so we clamped on them pretty early.
So what do you think the team's mentality was throughout this match? Obviously you've started 0-2, haven't won a set yet, but you also know you're playing two top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's in the back of your mind at all, or for a certain point you're just frustrated. Like, what do you think you guys made the difference today to get over the hump, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, losing twice in a row, getting swept twice is not a good feeling, so we were obviously frustrated, but I think in the locker room yesterday we were like, we need to come together as a team. It was really individual those first 2 games, and I think we did that today, and we focused at 1 point at a time, and we limited runs, and that was a huge difference maker for us.
Talk me through your offense a little bit, just kind of the ways you were able to score today. It wasn't always, kind of the same shot or the same set or even the same block in front of you, but you were able to find a way to put the ball down 9 times. Your efficiency was good. What were you seeing out there offensively, and how were you able to kind of mix it up?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think I did get lucky a lot, but I think just mixing up shots a lot, and Anna did a great job of finding me even if I made an error. And I just think on the slide, I think I was one-on-one a lot, so just hitting seam was good for me.
Every team kind of takes on a different dynamic, even though there are some similarities from roster to roster, year to year. What do you make of, obviously being up 2-0 and then it tied up, but then also going down 0-3 in the fifth when they kind of have some momentum of tying it up and getting into the fifth, to go on that big run and kind of flip the complexion of that set? Like, what do you make of that?
I think we knew Kansas has been to 5 sets every single match, so even when we were up 2-0, we knew it was going to be a battle. So we would come in the huddles, even when it was 3-0 in the fifth set, we knew they're still going to shoot, so we just got to do our game and come together and, just play with joy that we've been working on.
But do you feel like you guys have grown, enough in the right areas and exponentially enough to kind of put together, stretches of good volleyball here where, obviously you need to win sets eventually, you need to win matches eventually, but I mean, just in terms of like the play and the things you kind of have gotten better at for 3 matches so far.
Yeah.
What do you feel like?
I think, again, like talking about runs, in the Texas and Penn State game, we let them go on way too many serving runs, and I think that was the focus of this game, like 2 and done. We would come in the huddle and say 2 and done, and that was like, we're not letting them get more than 3 points, and I think we did a great job of that, and with that comes momentum, so.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. How's it feel to get the first win of the year in kind of the fashion where you had to grind it out and it wasn't kind of given to you?
After the second set, it was just like us being like, guys, let's play with joy and get this win. And I think once we finally hit 15 in the fifth set, like it was just like a weight lifted off of our shoulders because winning one game after playing 2 top 5 teams, I mean, it's just so much pressure I feel like we felt, and just that one win, it just felt so good.
It was noticeable out there, so I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but obviously you weren't 100%. You were hobbled a little bit, but you didn't want to come off the floor, and you also weren't changing the way you were playing either. How did you kind of overcome just the physical ailments you were dealing with to constantly give your team a chance to score points?
I lean on my teammates a lot, and I think Sid really took a big load in this game, and it takes a lot of pressure off of me when she's in the game because she's hustling all over the floor, and I have a lot of confidence in her when she's back there. And I don't know, I think just leaning on my teammates and knowing that they have my back out there.
How hard was it? Was there any internal conversation about, like, I don't know, breathing or just ignoring pain and just keep sticking with it?
Yeah, I think like playing these back-to-back matches with one day off in between, it's definitely hard for me, but just breathing and taking a second to just like kind of forget about the pain and really lock into the game is what I usually do.
Where are you at confidence-wise as a libero right now, just in terms of the defensive plays you're making that you guys are able to score off of?
I feel like I have a lot of confidence, but like I said, I feel like it's coming from my teammates. Like, we're in such good positions all around the court that like it's making my job so easy with Weezy and Kiara up there, just making such good block moves. I mean, that's honestly where my confidence is coming from because I'm able to make such good reads off them.
Kansas already played Penn State, they already played Wisconsin, but today was their season low in hitting. What do you feel like the ceiling of your team is defensively, considering what you guys were able to do against Texas for a couple sets and then today, throughout the match today?
Yeah, I honestly think we're such a scrappy team, and like I said, it comes from our blocking. Like, we are getting such good touches, and we're able to run down balls that like not many teams would. And honestly, me and Sid back there together, I think we're just such a powerful force. And honestly, like our middle backs, everyone's working so well together, and even if one ball drops, we're like, that'll never happen again. So I'm just really proud of our defense.
How I guess different do you think it'll feel going forward to get a win to go into the gym off of, as opposed to if maybe you had dropped the 5th today and you guys kind of would feel like we're getting close but haven't really tasted success yet, I guess?
I will say I feel like there is a little bit of pressure lifted off just because I feel like we had to be perfect. We felt like we had to be perfect to win, and we just showed that like even when we weren't perfect, we still won. And I think going into the gym and grinding and realizing that we aren't going to be perfect every single day, but we still can win in hard situations. So I don't think much is going to change in the gym, but like just grinding and realizing that not everything's perfect.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you.
Thanks.